Today I wanted to... I'll try again. Today I want to go in depth about myalgic encephalomyelitis, commonly known as chronic fatigue syndrome. I was 17 when I became sure I had this condition, only I couldn't figure out why until years later. I had struggled a lot with infections during my teenage years, mostly tonsillitis and sometimes appendicitis. It's a progressive illness with no cure and can severely impact a person's life, preventing them from school or work like myself. A syndrome is a collection of symptoms that are significant and persistent enough to be considered a disorder. There are a variety of suspected causes, but nothing has been definitively proven to cause this disorder. But usually it follows a viral infection like Epstein-Barr virus and trauma, both physical and mental. Autoimmune disorders and endocrine disruption can also contribute to somebody developing CFS. For myself, I think my HPV caused my CFS since I've had it from birth and have been notably tired my whole life. Over time, the symptoms have gotten worse and more severe to the point where it regularly ruins my day. Fatigue isn't just feeling tired, it's a whole body and mind all-encompassing exhaustion. CFS has a wide range of symptoms which I'm going to try and include everything I know from experience and research. Due to the brain fog this condition causes, I can't remember too many things, and if I miss anything, please leave a comment below. Sleep disturbances are a big part of CFS and make the fatigue worse. I've suffered insomnia since I was a teen, at least. And these days I wake up a minimum once every night and often struggle to get back to sleep. Even though I'm on medications that cause drowsiness and make me fall asleep, sufferers hardly or never feel refreshed after sleep, feeling as if we've been awake the whole night. I briefly touched on cognitive impairment, mentioning brain fog, but I've also found over time my ability to read and understand written text has deteriorated, and I made a script for this, which I don't know if you could tell already, I'm struggling to read it. It's also hard to concentrate at times, especially when someone is talking to me, but I might also have ADHD, so I find concentrating very, very hard. My memory is like a sieve and I can forget what I'm doing or even why. Muscle and joint pain are also one of the most bothersome symptoms of this illness. Even when I haven't done much, I feel like I've run a marathon and have described feeling as though I've been run over by a car or a train after waking up. I also have the double whammy of chronic pain syndrome, which also means when I injure myself, it can turn into a chronic pain. Like the time I bashed my knee getting on a bus, tripping. I tripped onto a bus and I banged my knee. I also broke my phone screen at the time, and it was when I was switching from an old phone to a new phone, and obviously I had to break the old phone. I couldn't sell it on or do anything. No, I had to break it because it's me and I'm unlucky. But even without the chronic pain syndrome, my joints hurt without trauma. My fingers used to hurt all the time, and when I used to exercise more, my knees, which is pre-injury to my specific knee, would hurt so much I couldn't sleep. And particularly this was when I was in college. I was doing public services and we had physical education as a part of that. And after the days where we do physical education, my knees would hurt so much that I couldn't sleep. With CFS, flu symptoms can often be experienced, especially during flare-ups. I've had a near constant sore throat since I was young. If I could describe this illness simply, it would be like ME is like having the flu all the time, since many of the symptoms I've already gone over also happen with the flu. When somebody with ME CFS does exercise, it can take a long time to recover, cause an increase in symptoms and severity, and a flare-up which can last months. Another very particularly annoying symptom that I struggle with is migraines. March 2020 I started having chronic migraines suddenly. The first time I had a migraine at 12 years old, I had them for a whole week, and then rarely after that until I was 19. It took a while to find the right medication to treat the migraines. I take 2 prophylaxis medications and 1 for actual migraine attacks that can reverse the migraine. I also live in a constant state of migraine aura, so I can never tell when one is coming. In fact, as I type this script, I had an ice pick migraine, which is a type of migraine where the pain is short every few seconds to minutes. Migraine aura includes visual disturbances, which I experience constantly, flashing lights which only bother me sometimes, numbness in extremities, particularly in my fingers, I get it, and difficulties with talking, which is slurring speech or forgetting words as you're about to say them. Vertigo and nausea are also pretty undesirable symptoms of ME. I would say nausea is worse than pain for me, and I find the sensation of feeling like I'm going to throw up pretty overwhelming. Palpitations are also quite prevalent. I do have an extra heartbeat every now and again, but not every palpitation is from that extra beat. It can lead to feelings of panic and anxiety. ME can also be defined by gut issues such as indigestion, IBS, and even stomach ulcers, which I have a video on that which I'll link in the description, but also try and link it right here so you can see it like in the corner. I've experienced all of these as well as heartburn. My symptoms of being so severe, it made it really hard to think about anything else other than burning pain down my throat to my stomach. I have to take esomeprazole to neutralise my stomach acid ever since I had a gastric ulcer. I have a video all about that, like I've said, a link in description and hopefully a little card up here so you can go straight to it. Treatments offered for people with this illness include talking therapies, managing energy levels, and managing symptoms with medications, like I do with my migraines. And that's all I've written for the script, but just to finish off, I want to make a call back to my last video where I talk about how my cat became ill and sadly passed away literally a week to the day that I'm filming this. So if you're interested in what happened to John, it's a tragic story, please go watch that. Also, this wig is on sale on my Vinted, and if you want it, it's £18 on Vintage and a little extra for postage, and I'll link that down below as well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a good day, a good week, a good month and a good year, and I'll see you when I see you.